Hello there, everybody. I'm WaitWhat, and I am back with Yousei. And last time we started our little investigation, and we're going to continue it now. Okay, student housing, library. Let's go to student union. Hello, people. First, let's examine things. Couch sags in the center. Potted plants. Water these. Solar power green lights. Okay. Talk to you.
Morning, con guy. I hope you slept well.
You are way too happy. Shadon waves at me from across the room, his arms making broad sweeping motions above his head. Yeah, it was okay, I guess.
Was there anything you wanted to do today? Anything you wanted to try?
Jeez, calm down. Not really. I thought I'd just wander around campus and talk to people.
You don't want to sit in on any classes or anything?
Right, class. That's a thing I'm supposed to care about. Oh well, I guess I might do that.
No pressure, man. Just a suggestion. After all, this is supposed to be your experience, so experience it however you want. Oh, except for the bell tower. That's off limits for now. There was an accident there last night. I heard that someone died.
Does this happen often?
What? No way, man. I swear this has never happened before. Man, you've got to be going through the worst college experience ever.
Man!
First you're nearly arrested, then someone dies?
I don't know. I think it's really an accurate representation.
Oh, that's a good one. You don't let anything get you down, do you?
Sure.
So, did you have anything else you wanted to know about?
Where do you get your energy from? Even that other guy with the camera is kind of dead right now. Then again, he saw the murder. Well, the body. You didn't, so, Do you know anything about Dr. Johansson? Click.
He's old.
Besides that.
He's brilliant. Did you know that the military hired him for a top-secret project about 20 years ago?
Is that what you tell me about? Yeah. Sean lets out a hearty laugh and leans forward, pressing his arms on the table.
Good point. No one knows what it was about, but my parents were students here at the time.
Did they work on the project?
Nah, they weren't even bio majors. But when people in military uniforms keep going in and out of the biology building, people notice.
Yeah, not so subtle, huh?
Yeah, not so much. Sure makes you wonder what it was all about. My money's on viral warfare.
I wince at the thought. Hopefully not.
But that's all in the past. These days, the university's focused more on sustainability than military.
Sustainability?
Yeah, renewable energy, small carbon footprint, all that good stuff. Don't know if you noticed, but we've got a fleet of bikes placed around campus. Any student can use them. Reduces the need for driving between this campus and the main one. Plus, it's a good workout.
It's kind of cool. How generous. Sean laughs nervously.
That's what they tell me.
That's it.
Feel free to come by anytime.
Yo, Naoki, what's up? You still don't really look happy, but I understand. Hey, how are you feeling?
I'm coping.
That doesn't sound too positive. You sure you shouldn't still be back at the room resting?
If I stay locked up thinking about it, it'll just get worse. It may not be my Kansei, but I can still feel Aaron's emotions when I'm near. I have to be here, around people with more positive emotions.
That makes sense.
Having bright memories will help balance the darker ones. How I feel is a culmination of my experiences, so I have to keep filling my life with positive things.
Really? So, do you watch horror movies or anything?
No, not really. They've never really held much interest for me, though.
Oh, I love horror movies, as long as they're good. A lot of them are garbage. Then again, some of them are so bad they're funny, so,
I've seen enough terrible things in real life. There's no need for me to watch it as entertainment.
Are you okay with talking about what happened then? I don't want to have to bring up bad memories.
The memories are always there, and I'd like to do what I can to help. I don't want to have to hide all the time.
Okay. Aki said you guys had a rough time with your father.
That's putting it lightly.
Sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to bring up any bad memories.
You can't bring up any memories. They're always in my mind.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I simply am who I am. When our mother died, our father didn't handle it too well. He took to drinking, and eventually it was all he knew how to do. All that pent-up rage of his had to go somewhere.
And you bore the brunt of it?
I did, at least until Aki discovered her kansei.
And she totally messed him up?
She wasn't strong enough to stop him, but she managed to redirect his anger.
Redirect it? To whom? Herself?
Who else was there?
I'm so sorry.
Aki's proud. She tries to carry the weight of everyone on her own shoulders. Even back then, she never wanted to accept help from anyone. So I went to one of the teachers at school in secret, begged her for help. The teacher called Child Protective Services, but they wouldn't let us stay together.
So we ran away.
So we ran away.
Hey, look at that. Just like that?
Of course. Wouldn't you have done the same thing?
Yeah, I think I would. Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Why are you telling me this? It's kind of a personal story, isn't it?
Isn't it obvious? It's because you're family.
Oh, I feel so good now. What?
You're living with us now, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but I didn't think...
You don't plan on staying with us?
I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it.
Well, you should. Aki and I thought we'd be running forever. Same goes for Lee Mei. But it turns out we like having a home and a family. It's less lonely.
I like you guys too. Any ideas who killed Dr. Johansson?
It's hard to say. I don't really know much about the outside circumstances.
But you remember the crime scene. Anything important that you can think of?
The door to the bell tower was locked, and my card didn't work on it. Aaron had to let me in.
So only an actual student of the school could get in there. Naoki nods.
And then Aaron went up the stairs first. I almost tripped over him at the top when he found the body. The blood was still pooling. It hadn't coagulated at all, so...
Naoki swallows as he realizes the meaning of his words.
That means that when the bell destroyed his body, he was still alive. But it doesn't look like he was trying to get out of the way at all. He must have been unconscious when it happened.
I sure hope so. That's all for now.
Okay.
Jeez, okay. Cafeteria. Examine trashes and out of order. Someone script. Why do we pay all that tuition for? What do we? Yeah, pretty much. Tables and see, that's the thing I noticed is there's no real point to examining things in terms of like needing to examine things. At least not much.
Oh, Kongai, have you heard? It's terrible!
You mean that someone died last night?
Sean says the police are calling it an accident, but I'm worried. What if there's a murderer running around campus?
That's kind of an extreme outlook. The chances of that are pretty slim, you know.
That's true. Besides, if there is one, I know you'll catch him.
What?
You were amazing at the coffee shop last week. I can't believe you managed to figure out the murderer so quickly. You're like a genius detective or something.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think I'm more something than genius.
Hey, I have an idea. I could be your assistant.
Oh no. My what?
Every detective needs an assistant, right? It'll be perfect. I mean, we've already solved one case together.
I'm not sure I agree with your definition of together.
We could go around and solve all kinds of mysteries. It'll be fun.
I'm not sure I agree with your definition of fun either.
See, we already have the witty banter part down.
I don't know why she's so interested in me, but it's making me feel uncomfortable. And now she's trying to participate in the investigation? I don't want to share any information with her, but at the same time, keeping her close might be a bad idea. Good idea. Oh, crap. Should I agree to let her be my assistant? Well, I'm not supposed to let people know what's going on, so for this time being, no thanks. I don't really need an assistant. Besides, we don't even have a mystery. You said yourself it was an accident.
I still think it would be fun to investigate.
There's nothing fun about someone dying, accident or not.
Just trying to lighten the mood. You really are a sourpuss.
So, if you really think this is a murder, who do you think did it?
That's a good question. Who could it be?
You think Dr. Johansson was killed, but you don't even have an idea of who it might be?
Well, I don't want to implicate the wrong person from the start.
I'm not going to go point a finger at the person you mentioned, you know.
Well, if that's the case, I guess I'm most suspicious of Kizaki.
What?
He was at the coffee shop last week, too. I didn't notice him at first because he blends into the background so well. But don't you think it's suspicious that he was in both places?
You and I were in both places, too.
But you solved the case, and I know it wasn't me, so that leaves him.
But he helped catch the killer.
Or they were working together and he decided to let her take the fall. Think about it. Dr. Johansson and the victim from last week both worked with Auten Engineering. Maybe he's trying to finish what she started. Besides, I hear he's the one who discovered Dr. Johansson's body. Don't they say that whoever finds the body first is the most suspicious?
Wow. She actually has a point. Sorry, Naoki. Why don't you and Jupiter get along? Boy problems.
Because she's fussy and controlling, obviously.
Okay. That was a quick answer.
She just doesn't like the fact that an underclassman can be part of Dr. Johansson's special team. So she'll take every opportunity she can to give me a lousy job. Last week, I had to scan all the old research files to be stored digitally.
Time-consuming and boring. Fun.
Boring!
Yeah. That's really all there is to it.
Of course, I didn't do anything to make her mad, so that must be it.
That's all for now.
Well, let me know if I can help more.
Okay. Back. Student lounge. Back. Main campus. So I've been there, there, and there. Next, we'll go to the bell tower.
And that's as far as you go.
Detective Gursky quickly positions himself between me and the bell tower. You're on guard duty? Seems kind of dull for someone of your status.
Life isn't always about what's fun.
That much I know.
So what are you doing here?
Did I skip something?
Life isn't...
Nope.
So what are you doing here?
Investigating, like you told me to.
Well, you can't do it here. Crime scene is closed.
You're kind of tying my hands here.
I told you to dig into his research. Besides, haven't you had enough trauma here already?
Don't tell me you're trying to protect me.
Protect and serve. It's almost like that's my job or something.
That's not actually in the job description, is it?
Does it matter? I still do it.
Anyway, if I can't go inside, I guess I should go.
You're welcome to look around. Just don't cross the police line.
I should probably get back to the lab anyway. If I follow our original assignment, I might be able to find a thread.
Original assignment?
Yeah, figure out what Mr. Otten was up to.
Up to? Seems like all of his business affairs were in order.
He may have been doing a little more on the side.
We searched his house pretty thoroughly, but they couldn't find anything that we didn't already know about.
Before we left, I swiped a hidden SD card with some of Otten's files on it. None of us had been able to decipher the contents of the files, but Aki insisted that we keep my find a secret.
Now would be a good time to tell me if you know anything.
I like Gursky, but I don't want to see a pissed off Aki. Screw it! I may have possibly picked up something from Mr. Otten's place. Detective Gursky groans.
You took evidence from the crime scene.
Yes. He shakes his head.
Aki's rubbing off on you.
Hey, I didn't exactly know who to trust, okay?
You still don't trust me?
You're my handler. How do I know you're not reporting all of my dirty little secrets to a board of men in black suits sitting in a dark room?
I usually give the reports on Casual Friday, so no black suits.
Hilarious.
If I tell you I'm not, would you believe me? What about if I remind you that I still haven't arrested you yet?
Okay, but...
And that I didn't tell Schultz that I saw you pocket something at Mr. Otten's place right before that mess with Kevin.
Wait, you knew?
Of course I knew. It is my job to notice these things.
Why didn't you say anything about it?
Actually, I think I just did. So what was it?
An SD card, mostly a bunch of documents and formula that we couldn't decipher.
Documents you'll be handing over to the proper authorities, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was definitely going to get around to doing that.
What else?
He also had the video from today.
The one of you breaking into the lab?
I coughed pointedly.
Right, the one of someone who looks like you breaking into the lab.
Yeah, that one. I don't know how he got it, though. Didn't Jupiter say that hardly anyone has clearance to the security footage?
No doubt Dr. Johansson had that level of clearance.
If Dr. Johansson is the one who sent the video to Mr. Otten, then that confirms the video is linked to their old research.
But that doesn't explain how it's linked, or who that person is.
Well, I kind of hoped we'd be able to ask the good doctor about that. Gursky's expression darkens.
If I were the paranoid type, I'd be inclined to say that someone is trying to stop you from getting answers.
And are you the paranoid type?
If I were, I wouldn't tell you.
Fair enough.
So you basically came here to dig through Dr. Johansson's research and possibly find out what else Mr. Otten was working on.
That's the idea, yeah. Aki set us up with some sort of high school student program where we get to experience college life or something similar. But when we got here, Naoki sensed that something was wrong. I thought it was nothing, but...
It's never nothing.
Yeah, I know that now. Anyway, he sensed something was wrong, we found the body in the tower, and you probably know the rest.
More or less. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to return to the crime scene.
Yeah, I should probably get going.
Keep me updated.
Was that really Dr. Johansson in the bell tower?
Sure was. They haven't, reconstructed everything yet, but they did manage to match one of his remaining prints.
Any prints not his?
A few here and there, but I'm not optimistic. Nothing that looks like it was left by the killer.
Great. Another dead end. I didn't mean it like that. Are there any suspects?
You mean other than you?
Hey. Okay, that's fair. You're not going to arrest me again, are you?
Couldn't even if I wanted to. Schultz says you're untouchable.
Yay. I'm going to pay for that one, aren't I?
Being in her debt is not a pleasant situation. And if she agreed to give you clearance to Otten and Guan's research, she must be very serious.
Wait, she's in charge of that too? How much is she involved in?
I don't even know. And
He sighs.
It's beyond my pay grade. And to answer your first question, no. So far, we haven't found anything that could be linked to the killer.
Naoki said that you need an ID card to get in. He says his didn't work, but Aaron's did.
That at least narrows it down to students and faculty. That's still a lot of names.
It's probably safe to assume as one of the grad students. No one else knew Dr. Johansson would even be here. I spoke to Naoki about the scene.
And did he remember anything?
He says the blood pattern looked like Johansson was still alive when the bell struck him. But it didn't look like he was trying to move out of the way, so he was likely unconscious.
The killer probably knocked him out and assumed that letting the bell do the dirty work would cover up anything else.
That means whoever killed him didn't actually have to be there at the time of the killing.
Pretty much.
But Naoki didn't hear anything strange when we first arrived, so whoever did it had to have placed him there sometime within the hour after we arrived.
That's a pretty narrow window. Try to find out everyone's alibi for that time.
That's all I've got for now.
Don't wander off.
Examine the big tower. Nothing. Police car. Door. Police tape. Possible seat of the windows. Alright. Let's move. Where haven't I been? Aki, I told Gursky. Naoki says you try to handle too much on your own. I think he's worried about you.
What does that even mean? I'm fine.
It means that you try to shoulder everyone else's burdens, but you never share yours with us. Just look at your hair. If you keep filtering our Kansei, you have more white hair than Naoki soon.
So?
So, it's not healthy, okay? Naoki and Lee may have you to lean on, but who do you have?
Con, I think you're misunderstanding. Look at Naoki. He's a genius. He can master anything he looks at. Li Mei's practically psychic, and the way she fights... At the most, I can push people in a direction they already want to go. I'm so far behind.
Aki pauses. It looks like she wants to say something, but she's not sure if she should.
Con, you took over that man's body. That's not...
She shakes her head.
Even with blood contact, I can't tell someone else what to do. But you just took over. You're amazing too. But when I look at these amazing things you guys can do, I see how much it tears at you. How hard it is to stand up under the weight of it. But I can make it go away. Just for a little bit, I can help. Can't I help?
I'm not saying not to help. I'm just saying that your brother's worried you're trying to do too much on your own. He's worried about you. So am I.
Then what would you have me do? Leave you to deal with the pain of your Kansei alone?
Why not just trust us to help you once in a while?
Including you?
I don't know. Maybe? I mean, I'm stuck with you guys for a while, right?
You make it sound so dire. You want to help so much? Get back to work on this case.
That I can do. Okay. Move. I just want to make sure there's nothing new. There is. Where were you yesterday between 10 and 11?
At the lab. We're supposed to be in at 10 o'clock every morning to check on our work. Then we have classes to teach at 11. But if I remember correctly, we ran into you instead.
Yeah, I seem to recall that. Did you see anyone else?
Yeah, David was there the whole time.
And Jupiter?
Can't say I remember seeing her at all. Sorry.
Okay.
See you.
Your turn. Where were you? 10 and 11.
Around?
He shrugs.
I don't remember things.
Could you at least try?
Jupiter says we have to be at the lab at 10 every day, so I guess I was there. Just like every other morning.
Did you see anyone else at the lab yesterday morning?
Yeah, you.
Oh, right. What about Nathan?
Well, yeah, we share one of the smaller labs, so we were both there all morning.
And Jupiter?
I don't think I saw her until you showed up.
That was a lot closer to 11, though. You didn't see her at all before then?
Nope.
Okay, so...
Later.
Both of them confirmed that they saw each other at about 10, and neither of them saw Jupiter. Good to know. You have nothing, right? What did I do? That was weird. My brightness died. Okay, now what was I doing? Oh yeah, you had nothing. Okay. Back to the housing. Talk to you again. Have you ever had a blood reaction? Lime looks to the side. She seems uncomfortable. Oh, I'm sorry. If you don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Right, no problem. I won't ask about it anymore.
No, I meant... I have.
Had a blood reaction? What happened? Lime's eyes grow distant, and I wonder if I've dug into a memory that I shouldn't have.
I forget.
You don't remember what happened?
I forget who I am. For a time, I am no one.
You mean you black out?
I hear thoughts of another. They fill my head until I no longer hear myself.
You can actually hear the person's thoughts, not just feel their emotions? She nods numbly. I'm sorry.
As am I. I did not understand what I was doing until then.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you up yet? Nope. Didn't think so. Now that I think I've re-talked to most everybody. No, wait. In here. Talk to you again? No.
Okay.
Talk to you again? Where were you? 10-11.
Giving you a tour, then working at the main office, if I recall correctly. Why do you ask?
Oh, just trying to remember. I'm kind of in shock after what happened last night.
It really is a tragedy, isn't it? You know, if you want to talk to a grief counselor...
No, that's not it. It's nothing. I'll be fine.
If you say so.
Did anyone else see you after you dropped us off at the dorms?
I guess. I went straight to the office, but class was in session, so there weren't many people out. So maybe not?
Okay.
Feel free to come by anytime.
Because I'm so happy. Yo, Chance. 10-11.
I'm not a suspect, am I?
You know what's up. Everyone's a suspect.
Ooh, you're taking this really seriously.
Just tell me where you were.
If you must know, I was at work. I don't have to be on campus until noon, but I wanted to bring Sean lunch. So I guess I arrived here a little after 11 o'clock?
And then you saved me. Did anyone else see you before then?
I don't know, maybe? What does it matter? You're just going to suspect me anyway.
There's no need to be hostile about it. I'm just asking. Okay, so...
Well, let me know if I can help more.
She doesn't have much of an alibi or whatever. But can't really say she's much of a murderer. I mean, she obviously has a big part in this from the previous games, but okay. Finally, biology building. Lily pads, water. Front door's unlocked. Glass. Let's just go. Main campus. Back door. Lab. Let's go to the back door. Examine. The door opens easily. Numeric pad. Security code. Alarm. Wrong code. Careful. Go into this part of the lab. No. Sleep lab. Lab hallway. Back door. Front door. Let's go in the front. Okay, so it all just goes back to the same. Alright. Main lab. Sleep lab. Let's go to the sleep lab. Nothing. Except those vibrant green lights. I think I already did this. I could be wrong though. Okay, only place is the lab. Microscope, laptop, notes, stuff, sinks, machines, row of printers. What's wrong with your printer? Hey, something happened.
Ignore it. It broke nearly half a year ago, but we rarely touch it. Dr. Johansson is the only one who keeps trying to use it.
The screen on the printer reads print job in queue. Did Dr. Johansson try to print something? It may have been important. If I fix the printer, I can see what he was working on. I glanced at Jupiter. Probably shouldn't try to fix this thing while she's still here. She mentioned wanting to check up on Aaron. I bet I could convince her to go see him, but I don't know how much time that will buy me. Is there a way to stall her after she leaves? Interesting. Okay, so in that situation, bottle of liquids. It was a good thing to examine. Now I'm gonna talk to you. Hey.
Hey, Kangai, looking for something?
Yeah, you actually.
Mission accomplished. Can I help you with something?
Just wanted to talk.
About?
Dr. Johansson. Jupiter leans and folds her arms.
About his death, you mean? Did you see the body?
I nod.
How was it? How did he die?
Well, I'm not supposed to let people know it was a murder, so I think it was an accident.
He should have known better. The bell tower is dangerous.
She frowns. Something's clearly bothering her.
Honestly, I don't understand why he was there in the first place. He had no reason to be.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Jupiter studies my expression carefully. She looks suspicious.
Are you sure it was an accident?
Well, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not an expert or anything. Yeah, way to backpedal. Now she'll definitely believe you.
This is bad.
How so? She raises an eyebrow at me.
Because a great man just passed away in a tragic way?
Oh, yeah. Way to go, man. As if you could make it any more obvious that this is normal for you. She probably thinks I'm some kind of sociopath now.
What about Eren? How is he doing?
Not so well.
I should probably visit him sometime to see how he's doing.
He didn't look very happy when I last saw him. I think he just wants to sleep for a bit. She nods sympathetically.
He deserves some rest.
Do you know why someone would want Dr. Johansson dead? It's not a murder.
No sé. He was always good to us and never spoke ill of anyone. Maybe it's an extremist who hates his genetic manipulation research? He could have simply been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You're throwing out ideas, but you don't sound very convinced by any of them.
The truth is, I cannot think of anyone who didn't like him.
So, you and Chance don't get along?
What makes you think that we don't get along?
Her voice oozes with sarcasm. Okay, bad question.
No, it's a fair question. Just not a pleasant thing for me to discuss.
Sorry, forget I asked.
No, it's fine. If you stick around, you'll find out about it sooner or later. I'd rather you hear it from me instead of over the rumor train. Chance is an undergrad who was given special permission to join Dr. Johansson's team. I argued against it, but David vouched for her. She's certainly smart enough to work on the project, but she lacks emotional and mental maturity. She behaves like a child when things don't go her way, and she's manipulative. More than once, the girl has tried to pit members of the team against each other with gossip and lies.
Jupiter sighs heavily. How so?
Last year, Sean stepped down as head of Dr. Johansson's lab, said his work for the school was taking up too much time. Chance told me I'd be a perfect replacement, and she encouraged me to petition Dr. Johansson for the spot.
But you got it.
I did. Then I discovered Chance told Nathan that the spot should have been his since he has seniority. She told him that if I hadn't pressured Johansson into picking me, he would have had it. I tried to smooth it over with him, but I think he's still a little bit hurt. And of course, it's gotten worse ever since I started dating David.
What?
She and David used to be together. After they broke up, David and I started seeing each other. She was so mad at him, she threw hot coffee in his face.
Ew. It all comes back. Ouch.
After that happened, I asked Dr. Johansson to remove her. She's destructive.
But she's still here.
Yes.
I see.
If she were willing to take her work seriously, I'd appreciate having her around. But right now, it feels more like she's trying to tear us apart. There isn't a member of this group she hasn't tried to manipulate in one way or another.
Not exactly the same story Chance gave me, but what was I expecting, really? I have to confess, this one makes a lot more sense. What should I say to her? Where were you yesterday morning between 10 and 11, besides accusing me?
Here at the lab. Why?
Just curious.
Strange thing to be curious about. Well, I got here around 9. I was the only one here at the time. I always check the labs to make sure everything is in order before I start working.
Is there any way you can prove this?
Sure. I logged in using my student ID.
Jupiter leans over her laptop and types a few lines onto the keyboard.
Look, you can see the time when I logged in right here.
She points at the screen. The monitor is lit up with lists of log-in and log-off times. Sure enough, she came in at 9 yesterday. What about the others? When did they come in? Jupiter taps a few more keys.
According to the system, Nathan and David logged in at 10, as usual. Eren didn't, but he got special permission to stay behind and wait for you.
Did you see either Nathan or David yesterday morning?
I didn't see either of them until I met you.
So even though they logged in, they may not have been here? For instance, one of them could have used both cards.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I try to give them freedom to show that I trust them, but such a thing can be abused.
Thanks. We'll talk later.
You know where to find me.
Okay, so... Nathan... Yeah. Yo, what's up? Chance is kind of weirding me out. Might be a good idea to keep a close eye on her. Everyone here seems to think Dr. Johansson's death was an accident. Yeah, that's the point. Come talk. Have you talked to everyone about her? Yep. Come in, Lime. If you asked for me, whatever. Should've gone to the front door. Lime! Hey, if I get Jupiter to visit, can you stall her for me?
Stall?
You know, keep her busy. Talk to her and stuff.
I am not skilled at talking.
You talk with me just fine.
You are not the same.
How so?
You are family.
Then think of this as a mission. This is part of solving the case. Eren's still resting right now, but as soon as he's ready, I'll send Jupiter your way. Can I count on you?
I will not fail.
But, go.
Okay.
Gotta love you, Lime. How you doing? Still sleeping. Let's go. Wait, nope. 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 Darn it. No, nope. Takanaki. Takiyaki. That's all. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. Library.
Hey, are you lost?
This is library, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure I'm not lost.
It's just that you come in here a lot, but you don't seem to be looking for anything in particular.
I'm just exploring.
You seem more like you're going in circles.
Okay, there's a little bit of that in there.
You're not bored, are you? You need something to do?
Have you gotten a chance to ride one of the bikes?
There are bikes?
Yeah, every few years, Sean's family donates a fleet of bikes to the school.
Anyone who wants to use it can just grab one and bike around campus.
That sounds like it has the potential to go very wrong very quickly.
Yeah, the bikes get wrecked or stolen pretty fast. But it's still cool. The Tasty family is probably the most awesome family ever.
Rich, smart, and environmentally responsible? The whole family is a triple threat.
And Sean's the only eligible bachelor of the whole bunch. Honestly, if Jupiter cheated on me with him, I wouldn't mind at all.
TMI, man.
Okay, so basically, Sean and the Tasses are perfect and rich.
Sean and the Tassies.
Sounds like a great name for a band.
I call dibs on lead guitar.
Man, I wanted lead guitar.
Then next time be faster.
That was weird, but okay. Aren't you and Jupiter on bad terms?
Who told you that?
I was just wondering. I mean, she got the job you wanted after all.
Okay, yes, I was mad that Johansson appointed her, and things were really weird for a while. But we worked it out. That's what people do.
So you're totally fine now?
I haven't seen any indication of anything to suggest otherwise.
What about Chance? Wasn't she unhappy that Jupiter got the job? I heard you were talking with her about it.
She was just being supportive. I needed to blow off some steam, and she was there for me.
You couldn't talk to David about it?
Of course not. He totally had the hots for Jupe, even back then. No way I was gonna tell him about it.
Okay.
See you.
Right. So, you and Chance used to date?
Well, aren't you, Nebby? Who told you that?
Jupiter.
Figures.
Didn't end too well?
I'm hard-pressed to think of a way hot coffee to the face is a good thing.
Why did you break up?
She said I wasn't being supportive enough, so she broke it off. Honestly, I think she was just looking for a reason. After I told Dr. Johansson she'd be good for his team, she suddenly seemed uninterested in me.
Then why the coffee?
Well, Jupe and I went to the coffee shop where she works. Chance asked if Jupe was her replacement, and I told her she'd actually have to matter for me to need a replacement.
Mature.
Well, I never claimed to make intelligent life decisions.
So you weren't just dating Jupiter to get back a Chance?
Of course not!
Sorry, I'm not trying to be skeptical,
It's just you don't see how someone as studious as Jupe would date a slacker like me?
Well...
Listen, man, I like Jupe, so I asked her out. She said yes, so I guess that means she likes me. And I don't know if it's gonna work out or not, but I had to at least give it a shot. Haven't you met anyone like that?
Like what?
Like, you don't know if it'll be a good fit, but you know you'll regret it if you don't try.
I don't know. I guess I never thought about it.
Well, you should. You don't want to miss out on cool stuff because you're not looking for it.
Okay.
Later.
Long video is long, so I'm gonna end this part here. Again, sorry, not much is happening, but investigation and stuff. So, anyway, I'm WaitWhat. This was Yousei. You already know both of those things already, so don't know why I keep repeating them, but yeah, I'll be back with more sometime. We'll see what happens. Get this investigation going. Yeah, hope you're enjoying it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.